Hey, what's up, Volts? Let's let some people. Hopefully, people come back. Oh my God, I don't even know what at what point. Hold on a second. At what point did I get fucking booted from the? Hold on a second. All right, all right. We got two people back. Good. Everybody's coming back. Man, I didn't realize, but I get my internet off my cell phone, off a hotspot, and the battery died. So I don't know what point. Okay, good, good. I'm gonna get back to the iRacing stuff. Give me a couple minutes just to hopefully more people come back. This way I don't have to repeat myself. Um, yeah, I get my cell service on my laptop. Uh, what if's back? Okay. Oh shit! I look forward to seeing that. Okay, everybody's coming back. Don't give up on me. Yeah, my cell phone battery died, so I reconnected it on my charger. I got my service back. This is I don't know if I've ever had a live stream that didn't have some technical problem. So holy shit, DK possibly racist. Let me tell you something. I'm not. I'm just. I don't really trust any of these people. Uh, you can hear that there's a lot of Russia versus Ukraine garbage. Um, I don't know. It's. I look forward to seeing what this stuff is, and it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. You know what? If I when I have time, I'm gonna try to figure something out. The reason I don't want to run like an iRacing league, I don't know I wouldn't know what I'm doing. You see what happens in my live streams. This is hard enough for me to do. I would rather somebody who really knows their way around iRacing, knows how to run a league, all that. I would rather have someone else do it and then I could be a part of it. I just want to be a part of it. Um, and I think it would be better for everybody because if I did a league, how many people would watch, right? But if a bigger platform would do it, more people would tune in, and then they could everybody that's in the league would get some exposure, and I just think it would be cool. So I have brought it up before, but it really would be somebody with a bigger platform that should do it. I think. I hope everybody comes back. It sucks that my live stream got cut off like that. But as I just said earlier, my phone died. Like the fucking battery was going down. I don't even know. I didn't know till it was too late. Then the I lost the stream. So I'm back. Um, yeah. So let's see if a few more people can join. Hopefully Jeff comes back and joins again, and everybody else. So yeah, um, I would like to do that. Like, and it makes iRacing more fun. Um, that would be cool, right? Like one night a week, preferably. To me, for me, the best thing it would be a Friday night because of my schedule. Let's see. Real question is, how long will Motorsports Network continue to fund their dumpster fire? Well, I know you're joining now. I don't know if you were here earlier, but like I already said, Motorsport Network, there is a point where they're losing too much money and they say we can't recover. So we can't keep pouring bad money after good. Then they have to switch, right? Because their whole thing is esports ecosystem provider. So they can still kind of do that. Hey, Jeff, I'm glad you came back. Technical difficulties, but it wouldn't be, a live stream for me without some technical difficulty. But I'm glad to see everybody's coming back. Um, yeah, I was talking about iRacing, and hopefully, I would love to be in like a league. Imagine a league with all YouTubers and not just YouTubers, whether it's Twitch or whatever, of the NASCAR community, and have a league amongst all of them. There's a lot of guys. You can have a pretty sizable group, and I would love to be a part of it. I would do it. I would run it myself, but I'm the worst person you want running stuff like that. I'm not the most technically savvy person, and I really don't know enough like to run a league and all that. I think it would be good if somebody with a bigger platform could do it and it would attract more viewers. I would love to be a part of it. And I'm surprised I haven't seen anything like that already. But that's an idea I've been throwing out there. And if somebody could do it, I'd love to be a part of it. It would have to be like on a Friday night, more or less. My work, because of my work schedule, is pretty crappy. But like Friday nights, um, yeah, it would be nice to do that and to be able to race, Fabiano, What If Racing, all these guys. Um, that would be cool. Like, and I think you could get a sizable group. And we need something. Like, we're not getting a fucking video game. It's gonna be a several years. You know. So let me read some of the comments. You still got the old stream chat? No, I kind of closed it. I backed out. I rebooted. So I'm sorry, man. I know you guys posted. I was gonna get back to reading stuff when I was talking about the iRacing League stuff. So yeah, I lost that. Okay, so we'll go Dallas Mac. People in MSG have to be going to jail soon. There's no legal way they're still alive. Yeah, I'm telling you, like I said before, if and when they finally collapse, you're gonna be hearing stories. That's when people that right now they're too afraid to speak, right? There was that one guy that was gonna fucking release the fucking game code and all that shit. They got to him. So you know what? They threatened these people, whatever. But once they fucking collapse, people are gonna release a lot of interesting stuff. Bruce Wayne, have you tried to get the new Gen 4 in iRacing? It's awesome. Yes, I actually did one race so far at Homestead. Man, is that a handful. I love it. It's great. Holy shit, is that thing a handful. It is a lot of fun to drive, and it's a wake up call. I tell you that. So I am going to do some more Gen 4 racing on iRacing. But yeah, man. Let's see. Cool Cat. Yes, if we do a league, it should be with the Gen 4. Yeah, that would be cool. Um, I kind of want to do the current gen car, like the current cup car, only because it's the mainstream thing, and I do kind of like the car. But I'm not opposed to trucks. I'm not opposed to Xfinity. I'm not opposed to the Gen 4 car. But I would like to be a part of a league, like with all of the YouTubers and the YouTube gaming community, or the NASCAR community. That would be cool. I hope somebody decides to run a league and let me know, man. I want to be a part of it if it ever happens. And I think a lot of people would tune in to watch. So That's an idea. JC, well, the only person at MSG left is DK. The entire board have quit. Only recently did he hire some moron. They always find somebody, but man, I would not be surprised if someday he ends up in jail. I don't know, man. There's just too many rumors of malfeasance going on. Austin Nance says, it's all good. I know how the internet can be. Yeah, I'm doing this from work, guys. So you could tell the background. When I live stream from home, it's a lot smoother. I'm here doing it off my phone and a laptop. So, okay, thanks for answering. I just got on here because earlier I was busy. Yeah, you missed a lot of the stuff I talked about. So I try to wait. I try to do it at a time when more people can join. So JC says when then there's like four employees that are likely amateur game designers with nothing else to do. Yeah, and even four employees, I don't even believe that, to be honest. And like you said, that's a stretch. Cool Cat 24. I also don't like the next gen. I also do like the next gen car a lot too. I would love to race anything with the all. Yeah, I like the next gen car. I like it. It's not perfect. It does need work, but I do enjoy it. I like the car. I like the look of it. There is a lot I do like about the car. It's not perfect, but like if we do a league, I think it should be the next gen, cup car. Um, but I would be ecstatic. Like, let's do a fucking league. Somebody out there who knows what they're doing, and then we can. Oh, Jeff says he's got to run. Good stream. Take care. Thank you, man. Thanks for joining. That you were a part of it. Have a good one. So Fabiano has left the building. Okay. So yeah, I want to be a part of a league, man, but I can't run it. I can't do it. Like I wouldn't even know where to start. So let's see. Gotten kind of delusional, believing he has to play the game and there's no better option for views. Are you talking about Captain Sleeveless? Yeah, look, he's admitted he doesn't he needs content for his channel. I'm not gonna begrudge anybody that like if you have a channel and you monetize and you make money off of it, I don't have a problem with that. I never did. You know, you got to do what you can to make money. It's a business for most people. I do it. It's more of a hobby. I do it out of passion. But then again, I don't post a lot of videos. So it's not the same. But I don't want people to think that I have anything against people that monetize or do any of that. Even Captain Sleeveless, I get it. He wants to have content for his channel. But yeah, there's just all the other shit is no good. Volts says later, Jeff. Take care, Jeff. All right. So yeah, Jeff Faviano was part of the live stream today. So I'm glad he was able to make it. We had more people today than usual. Volt says, I don't know much about it myself, but I do know the league racing was the only real fun I had. Yeah, when you just race these one-off races on iRacing, it's fun. It could be fun. Some races are fun. Some are a fucking nightmare. You really don't know what you're gonna get. Uh, when you race in a league, you really feel like you're a part of something, and it's the next best thing to a league. Like to having a career mode, right? So we don't have a fucking game. There's no career mode in iRacing. I know you can have a season, and you could do the AI, and you could do all that, but it's not the same. Uh, so having a league where you're racing the same guys every week and having that competition, you kind of get to know each other. You know how there's a different level of respect because you're racing the same guys, and you really feel like you're racing for something. I've only been in one league and I enjoyed it, and I was not competitive. I ran near the back because I was racing guys that are just a lot better. but I still enjoyed it because I was like, this means something. So yeah, I'd love to do it, man. I really hope somebody does it. And that would be cool to have people in the community, especially the YouTubers. Like, I'd love to race What If Racing and JC and all these guys. Um, Fabiano, anybody. Like, people would tune in, right? And maybe get to know. Like, there's a lot of people. This is a small channel. Nobody really knows who I am except you guys. So imagine people tuning in to watch like What If and Jeff Fabiano and other guys that have a bigger platform, and then they see smaller YouTubers like me and other people and say, "Hey, who is this guy? What's it? Let me go check out his channel," and things like that. Now, I've never asked people to like and subscribe. I'm never going to go down that path. I don't monetize, but I do think that that would bring people, and that would be cool. Like, just to be a part of a league, I've I need to do that again because I need something to keep me motivated to be doing more iRacing. So, Dallas Mack, why is he in his 20s but acts like he's 15 years old? Subscribers. I'm assuming you're talking about Captain Sleeveless. It's weird, man. And I'm telling you, if you look at one of his latest videos where he's talking about the IndyCar game being delayed, he's like, he's almost begging motorsport games, just let other people make the games. It's just, they're not going to do that. This is business. There's a reason they cornered the market, that they went to get these licenses. They're not just going to let someone else make games because you're fucking asking them to. So for him to make a video like that and not really address Dimitri or the company and really all the shady shit, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, the subscriber base has to be mostly kids. I don't, there's no other way to put it. NASCAR Kid Formula GT, what's up, Disco? Hey man, what's up? Thanks for joining. JC 1424 says he did some video a while back saying all kinds of reasons why he isn't playing World of Outlaws, NASCAR Rivals, Gran Turismo 7, etc. It all came down to his consoles being out of town. But he went to Daytona, so now there's no excuse. He just didn't pick his stuff up and hasn't bothered. Whatever, man. NASCAR Kid Formula GT. That Coda race was just downright awful. Yes, it was. Mark Forget. Captain Sleeveless just got a free direct drive wheel from Moza and he doesn't use it. I don't know. Look, I don't want to nitpick him really. Uh the I feel like I've been very fair. Like, the criticisms I've had of him, I don't think are arguable. Like, I don't want to step outside that box and really go and just really keep bashing over little stuff. I just don't want to go there. You know, what I don't know what else to say. Elite Precision always wanted to race you. What if racing and others as well? Yes, I think it would be great. I think when you really look at a list, there's a lot of people in the community. We can have a decent group of people racing. Friday nights, I'm sorry, my schedule sucks. I can't just race whenever. So I'm going to be that pain in the ass in the group who says, please cater to me. But I think Friday night's good, like for most people, I would think. But man, I'd love to do it. And then I'm sure most of you guys would live stream. A lot of people would end up watching. So, um, who's the other guy? Winvow. He's another guy that we could probably somehow get in touch with, and a league of the YouTube community. I think people would have fun watching that, right? I appreciate the people who do watch my live stream of like of a iRacing typical just race, but let's be honest, there's like 3 or 4 people that watch. That's why I don't do more of it. But being part of a league where people know Friday nights, whatever, tune in, even if you're not tuning in for me, you could be tuning in for What If or someone else. It would, I think, be a much bigger thing. And I think it would be cool and exciting. And then you could follow, whoever, right? If you're somebody who follows me and you like me for whatever reason, you got somebody to root for. Or What If Racing or Elite Precision or whoever, right? Or if we can get the bigger YouTubers like a Fabiano or somebody, people will come to root for them, and you got something to really motivated to watch. I just think that's something I've pushed for. I've mentioned it in the past. I can't say I push for it really, but I've brought it up from time to time. I'm always hoping somebody says, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to start a league, and we're going to just try to get everyone in the community and see how many people can join and commit. And then it'll be like on like one night a week, Friday night, and we'll have league standings. We'll have a whole fucking thing, and it would be cool. So hoping somebody takes the initiative, right? If I knew what I was doing, I would try to do it. But then this is, again, I'm a very small YouTuber. Who can I actually entice to join? Those of you who do watch me and know who I am, I'm sure you would join. But now, there's other guys out there who probably don't fucking give a shit. Like, who is this guy? Doesn't even have, barely has fucking whatever subscriber count he has. I don't want to be a part of it because some people do. They look at who's involved, and if there's no big name, they're probably like, if it's not going to help me promote my channel, why should I be a part of it? And that's the other thing. So that's why I don't think it's good if I try to do it. And if I did try to do it, I'm telling you, I would screw it up. So I'd rather be a part of it. Okay, let's see. Austin Nance, The Clueless Wonders, Captain Sleepless. JC 1424. I don't know what you race online on. iRacing or Heat 5. I never got either. Look, man, I'm not the Heat series. I've been done with it, and I just don't think it's good for online. Like, if we're gonna do it, it's got to be iRacing. Um, I know not everybody has it. I don't know. Like, I understand some of you guys probably don't have iRacing. It might eliminate some people. Uh, Elite Precision 29. I race clean, by the way. LOL. Me too. I try to race clean. I think people that have watched my videos, I race clean. Um, it might be some of the reason why I'm not better. uh, but I race clean, man. If I can have some good clean racing against a group of guys in a league, I'm good with it. That's and we can all show off our paint schemes, right? I mean, there's cool things you can do on iRacing, and I really want somebody to take the initiative, man. I think we can get a good sized group. JC 1424. I haven't raced online in like 2 years. LOL. Yeah, you know what? It it doesn't take long, man. You do a little bit, you'll pick it right up. It's not a big deal. Getting used to the cars, that's it. And let me tell you, um, I can't speak for anyone else, but nobody's going to be worried about my skill level, right? I'm clean and I'm not that good. So don't worry about your skill level against me. Like other people, I don't know how good they are, but hey, who cares, right? It's about the experience. And who knows, man? Maybe once it becomes a thing, then the next time more people will join, right? Let's do it, man. Somebody take the initiative. Cool Cat 24. We could start like a Core 2.0 league if everyone is interested. Yes, yes, somebody, let's do it. Let's do it, man. And like I said, look, and we could mix in a few extras, right? You don't have to only be like a part of the YouTube community with a channel. We can throw in a few extras, right? And see how that works, right? I don't want to exclude people, but I do think the more people we have that are like have a channel or a Twitch, whatever the fuck it is, that have a following, it makes the league more interesting. But yeah, man, somebody do it. NASCAR Kid Formula GT, even Kimi Raikkonen was like, what the hell? Let me tell you something. That's another thing I noticed about that Coda race. All of the ringers or guys that came from open wheel that tried it, they all had the same like response or reaction, I should say. They were like, this shit's crazy. There's like no fucking give. They didn't say that in those words, give and take, but they were all like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't. I guess they didn't want to come out and really bash NASCAR, but they were like, this is crazy. It's embarrassing. Why would he want to do more of this? Like, let's say he had an opportunity to run other tracks. Maybe he's thought about it, and now he's like, what the fuck? Why would I want to go through this week after week? Diehard 8838, is Noah growing on you at all? I'm neutral. I'm neutral. I don't hate Noah Gregson, but I'm not a fan either. I'm kind of there. Um, I haven't even noticed him, to be honest. What I will say is I do like that he drives. I still think of it as like Petty race, Petty's organization. It's not really. I don't like the new name, that stupid Legacy Sports Club or whatever, Motorsport Club garbage. Um, but when I see the number font, when I see the cars, they still look like Petty organization cars. That's the only thing, him and Jones have going. So if I ever do gravitate to maybe rooting for them at all, it's going to be because of that. I don't know. I'm neutral on Noah Gregson. I it's going to take a while for me to formulate an opinion. The people that I like is obviously Daniel Suarez. Um, I gave Ross Chastain too many chances because I am a Trackhouse guy. I just can't. I don't like him. And by the way, I want to make it understood. He's extremely talented. Okay, I can't take that away from him. But that just makes it worse for me. When you have that kind of talent and you still drive like that, it's unnecessary. Again, look at Tyler Reddick. And by the way, it wasn't just yesterday's race. I don't remember what race it was last year that he ended up winning, and he almost got fucking taken out by somebody who just jumped into the mix at the last minute and almost wrecked him. And he was able to win the race anyway. That to me is impressive. When you can race clean, and I was impressed with him and Byron. I'm not a Byron guy. I couldn't care less. I'm really neutral, not a fan. But I fucking respect the hell out of the way he's racing. The way they raced each other, it just, I appreciate that. And by the way, I don't mind when people beat and bang a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Rubbing is racing. I don't mind a little bump and run. And that brings me to some people were claiming Suarez was driving out of control. He was driving aggressive. I didn't see any time during the race where he just fucking took people out or plowed over people. Um, he raced Chastain as clean as you could, and you are allowed to bump and run and move people, and that bump on his bumper was nothing. I mean, if you look at that and you consider that dirty, then really you're not a. I don't know what you're fucking expecting. But you can't. Then there's people saying, "Oh, look at how he raced Chastain," and then he's mad about what Chastain cost. And okay, maybe it wasn't Chastain, maybe it was Briscoe behind him or whoever the fuck. Everyone who took that inside line is to blame. I don't care. When you go that deep in on the inside into a hairpin turn, what do you think's gonna happen? So, I don't. I'm getting way off track here, but yeah. So I like Suarez. I like Tyler Reddick. I like Bubba Wallace. Yes, I'm a Bubba Wallace fan. I don't care what anyone thinks. He messed up pretty bad yesterday. Made a big mistake. No, there's no excuse. You can't be doing that. Um, I thought he broke something at first, but he fucking dove it in there, and he caused that. That's yeah. There's no excuse. But I'm hoping he learns from it. And I know some people may not agree, but I do think he's become a better road racer. I mean, that incident aside, his he's been running a much better pace as a road course driver. He is much improved. He's not as good as the top guys, but he's not fucking mediocre like the guys, a lot of other guys. I think he's respectable. And I was shocked that he fucking crashed like that yesterday. So hopefully he learns from it. He could pick up some pointers from Reddick. I mean, I don't think there's many guys better to learn from on a road course than Reddick. So it is what it is. But those are the guys I like. Everyone else, there's a lot of guys I really hate. I don't want to go through that. And most of the other guys, I'm pretty neutral. So I'd say Dallas Max says, I'd say your criticisms have been fair, not just on him, Sleeveless, but NASCAR as a whole, the gaming community, broadcast, etc. And you know what? For me, that's the best compliment anyone could ever pay me. You don't have to agree with everything I say. You don't have to even like me. I'm okay with it. You're free to have your own opinion. But if you can say, I think you're fair, I think your criticisms are fair, that's all I need. Then I feel like, okay, I'm doing a good job. My job isn't to make you agree, force you to agree with everything I say. It's not to make you like me. My job is to be myself. And if I can get those of you watching or listening to me to at least feel like, okay, you made me think. I don't agree with you, but I kind of understand your point. Or, you know what, you made me think about something, and it expanded the way I see this particular thing. And even if I don't fully agree with you, you know what, you're making me think. That's all I can hope for. I'm not here. I'm not supposed to change your mind, right? And if you like something, you could still like it. But yeah, that's the best compliment for me is when somebody says, "Hey, man, I respect you because I think you're being fair." That brings me back to remember the NASCAR Heat Games and 704. I forgot the guy's name. He was the community manager, and I remember one time somebody had asked him on social media, "Hey, do you watch Disco Inferno? He covers your games a lot. What do you think?" And he said, "Yeah, we know who he is. We watch his videos, and we appreciate his videos, and we actually think he's very fair with his criticism." And for a developer that I was not like fucking, I gave it to them, but I was fair. And for them to say, "Hey, We know who he is. We've seen his videos, and you know what? He's he's a fair guy. He's fair with his criticism, and I tell you that made me respect at least them as a developer. Even though there were things I didn't like, even though there were things that was missing, I did respect them. I respected the way they went about things and they were trying, right? So, for them to say I'm fair, that's all I can hope for. And I'm proud of that. That's what I look for as a content creator. I don't care, like if you look at the comment section and let's say just for Captain Sleeveless or someone like that, you get a lot of lemmings. You get a lot of these young kids are like, "Oh, you're awesome. Everything you do is awesome, and we always agree with everything you say." I don't need that shit. You know, I don't want it because my goal has always been to promote conversation, to get people to really think more critically, right? This is why I tell people why it's important not to just blindly go out and buy these fucking games. Make these people earn your money. That's the only way we're ever going to get change, right? Because I've seen, people like fucking Captain Sleeveless tell his fucking community, I'm not, it's not my job to tell you how to spend your money. That's a cop out. Like you have a big platform, you got 70,000 subscribers, you know for damn sure it's not good to just give these people your money. So tell your fucking community, right? I know I can't tell people what to do with their money, but I can tell you what I think. If you're gonna buy the game, you're gonna buy it no matter what I say. But you know what? I could live with myself because I know I did the best I could to get people to wake up and say, hey, yeah, you know what? Stop fucking just handing over your money. This is why we are where we are today. All right, let's move forward. JC, there are like 46 NASCAR games to play, collect, whatever. It blows my mind that a content creator would think it's doomsday for their own channel if a 47th game isn't coming out soon. That's true. And I've seen people even ask for older games like, hey, could you do this? Or do Thunder games and stuff like that. It is what it is. I think maybe, who knows? MRU, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Mooks over there thriving on 4 different old titles a week is with all kinds of mods. Laugh my ass off. I know who he is. I've seen it. I've seen his channel. Not too much. I don't follow it too much. But yeah, he's making a go of whatever's there, and he has like an over the top personality, so he makes it work. Um, I don't think I just don't think, just my personal opinion, Captain Sleeveless, I don't think he has that personality to make something work. Like, if he doesn't have a game that attracts people, his personality alone isn't going to get interest. I mean, he does have a big subscriber base. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think they will tune in no matter what he puts on. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he should try something else. I don't know. Andre Rai, welcome. He says, how is that con man not criminally investigated? I don't know, but sometimes these things take time. And I'm just telling you, there's going to come a day maybe where it happens. Heat 5 Online is dead right now anyway. Yeah, so literally. JC1424, NASCAR 15 is $3 on Steam and their online is still up. LOL. I'm not as big on the Utechnics games. I know some people swear by it. I'm just ugh. Diehard 8838 Brooks is a cool dude. Yeah, man. And listen, that's another guy we could throw into the fucking league. I don't know if he's on iRacing, but man, I think I'll mention it from time to time. I really hope somebody picks up on it. Okay, hold on. I hate that way. I scroll down with the mouse and it just jumps a bunch of comments. Okay, NASCAR Kid Formula GT. I might try iRacing in the future. Yeah, like I said, um, there are things to really like about iRacing, but there's a lot that is frustrating and it is not the cheapest thing. So I don't want to recommend something where I'm kind of like do some research, know what you're getting into. Um, and for some people it could be expensive, but then again, we don't have much else, right? So what are you gonna do? Let's see. Die Hard be more like Earnhardt Senior than Mark. Mark who? I don't know who's Mark. JC 1424 NASCAR 15 online is underrated right now. Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure online is good. The thing about the video games, if you only care about online, I like I can't just buy a video game just to be online. It's got to have a good career mode. Online I got iRacing, so that's why would I try something else? I'm already paying for iRacing. I have a motion simulator with triple fucking screens, so I invested a lot of money in my setup. So I'm gonna stick to iRacing for now. Let's see. Die Hard. I have 1,200 members on Facebook for my NASCAR diecast selling group. I'm a bit known. Yeah, man. Shit. If we get a fucking league going, get in there, man. Listen, we can have a league with 40 fucking drivers. So there's plenty of room for like the YouTubers and the people with a platform like or a channel, and then we can add a bunch of you guys as well. Like you got a diecast community, shit, 40 spots is a lot. So man, let's get something going, man. That would actually get me somewhat excited, knowing once a week, boom, I'm gonna be in this league race, and yeah, I hope somebody starts one up. Let's see. Diehard says, yeah, he's a cool dude. Talked to him on Instagram a few times. I like a guy that puts on a show and can back it up. His personality is insane. Yeah, like I said, he has a pretty outlandish personality. He could play anything, and he's gonna make it interesting and fun. So I don't know much about him, but yeah, he seems like a cool guy. Volts, I know you low key like Wallace. I'm not really low key about it. I like Bubba Wallace. I know a lot of people don't. What do you think about his latest antics? Is this just a plea for attention? I don't know about antics, or if you're talking about the interview, look, I don't think it's antics. I know a lot of people think it's all a show. I don't think so. I think I'm pretty good at reading people. I'm not telling you I'm fucking a mind reader, but he really has a lot of personality traits and body language of a person who struggles with certain um I don't know if mental or psychological is the right word, right? I'm not a fucking psychiatrist, but there are telltale signs. There's the mood swings. There's the sudden like inability to control your emotions, and it does show, right? Sometimes it pops up on the track. Sometimes it pops up just during an interview where he really struggles controlling himself. I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm just explaining to you that I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's a plea for attention. I just think you shove a microphone in his face and he's just going to shoot from the hip And it's not always going to be, it's, some people are good at really thinking before they speak, and some people aren't. And sometimes when you shove a microphone in someone's face after a fucking, in the heat of a moment, or after, an event like this, some people are going to give you something that it's going to rub people the wrong way, and other people are going to be more understanding. I don't know. A lot of people hate him. If you follow social media, it can get really ugly. I like Bubba Wallace. I root for him. I'm not going to make excuses for him. And I'm not going to try to steer people into liking him. But I don't think they're antics. I just really feel like he struggles. And then for him to come out and just say, like, I fucking suck and I'm probably going to be replaced, or I should be replaced. That's just a guy saying he's pissed at himself. But because of his emotions, he can't just throttle it back and say, like a more political way to just say is, look, I really made a big mistake. It sucks. I feel bad about it. I'm sorry about the guys that got taken out. I don't know what happened, but I ran out of talent at that moment, and I have to learn from this. I promise to work hard to do better. I can't make these mistakes again. That's the better way to put it, and the more political way. But I can promise you this: if he put it that way, the people that don't like him, they're gonna come out and say the same thing anyway. So I really think he struggles. I think he has some issues. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's depression. I don't know what it is. It's something he's battling, and if it could turn out to burn him at some point, I don't know. But I also don't think. I think a lot of people saying he doesn't belong. He's not talented enough to be in Cup. That's bullshit. He has shown improvement. He's shown speed. The run he had last year lasted most of the summer. He was just he was bringing it week after week at different tracks. That's not luck, okay? So this is something he has to continue to work on. It could end in disaster in his career, or who knows? Maybe he figures out a way to control himself better and just get better. I believe in him. Am I saying he's top level? No. But he is definitely good enough for the opportunity that he's been given. That's how I feel about it. And yeah, I'm a fan. Let's see. Da, da, da. Dallas Mack rode America, and it was Ross Chastain who almost wrecked. Yeah, I remember. It's like he comes up out of nowhere, but he really puts his car. I mean, look, I get it. Like, there's one thing everybody says about Chastain is like, oh, he's awesome because he'll do anything it takes to win. There's a difference for me, right? Tyler Reddick does anything it takes, and he's not doing what fucking Chastain does. And that to me is more impressive. I'm more impressed with a guy who can maintain enough control that he's not a wrecking ball and still get the job done. And Chastain absolutely has talent. So it's shit like that bothers me, because it's like he could have wrecked Tyler Reddick last year in that race. And again, like I said, Tyler Reddick, he saves people because he still maintained it and won. But it's a shit show. And then you give interviews and you're like, uh, I'm entertaining people. You're a fucking douchebag. I swear to God. Um, Even Kyle Busch threw. There's a video where he fucking even he was standing next to him, and he fucking it was funny. I'm not gonna look for it. It'll take me all day to find it, but he threw some shade there, and I have to agree. And I don't like Kyle Busch, but man, all right, let me get. Let's see. Diehard says he won in 2020 Daytona Xfinity when he lit the track on fire, became my boy. I don't know who you're talking about. You're talking about Noah Gregson or who? Gregson has talent. If you're talking about Noah Gregson, I know he's a talented guy, right? So, but I don't root for people just based on talent. I just like I don't know how to explain it. I have to kind of like the person. Um, and I also have a fucking I have a record for just rooting for I don't root for the best or the top guys like in almost every sport. Uh, I always fucking I experience the agony of defeat more than I experience victory. Like the New York Yankees are the only consistent winners where I've all my life been a Yankee fan and I've gotten to experience championships and all the glory. But everywhere else, every sport, everyone I root for, NASCAR, it's always been like it's never been the championship caliber. Like I don't know, man. I tend to root for underdogs. Jamie McMurray was my favorite driver for his whole career, and he only won a handful of races. Won some big races, but I experienced a lot of heartache. It's easy to root for guys like, oh, I'm going to root for Kyle Busch. He wins a lot, or Logano, or one of those guys. I just can't. I don't know what it is. Okay, not Road America, Indy Road. Yeah, was it Indy? I don't know which one it was. Whatever it was, fucking Reddick was leading, and then fucking Chastain got in the fucking mix and almost took him out. So yeah, AJ Crash, my second favorite. Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing that up. Listen, it's getting late. I'm gonna stay on a few minutes longer, but I want to also mention, as I've told you guys a million times, Cup drivers don't belong in the lower series. Okay, uh, AJ Rex a fucking regular. Okay, a guy that these Cup guys go down there and they're in the mix and they don't care if they wreck a fucking guy running for points or a championship. These guys are only there for these one or two races. They just want to fucking win. Second place is the same as finishing last. They have nothing to lose. So they dive bomb, they race over the line. And you wreck a fucking Xfinity regular who's running for points in a championship and you win. And I like AJ. AJ's a likable guy, but this is why Cup drivers have no business at the lower series. I'm sorry. NASCAR needs to pull the plug on that shit. And these lower series, they should shine on their own. I don't want to fucking hear about Kyle Busch in another truck race or Xfinity race. And he's only there to pad his stats. That's it. I'm sorry. So thanks for bringing that up, Die Hard. That was something I meant to talk about and I fucking forgot. Nick Raintree, welcome to the live stream. No problem with how he drove during the race, but the stuff Suarez did on pit road, not smart. I know you're probably tuning in late, but I did start my original live stream and I mentioned it, and I'm going to say it again for the record. Yes, I'm a Suarez fan. That's my guy. And I think he raced. I have no problem with the way he raced. But what he did at the end of the race, no excuse. I said it before, I'll say it again for the record. He's going to be penalized. They're going to hit him with something. And my hope is whatever they hit him with, Trackhouse, Suarez, don't say anything, don't appeal it. Just say, okay, we accept the penalty, we're moving forward. And we learn from this, you can't be doing this. So, thanks for bringing it up again, but I hope everybody understands that's my point. Yeah, that's my guy, but I don't care if it's my favorite driver or someone I don't like. It's gonna be the same for me. There are things you don't fucking do, and if you do it, NASCAR needs to drop the hammer. That's it. Whether it's cheating, whether it's fuck anything, there are rules, and if you break the rules, NASCAR needs to enforce. So I know he's gonna get hit with something. As a fan, I'm hoping it's point. I know they're gonna hit him with some points, a fine. I really hope it doesn't creep into suspension territory. If it does, I'm not going to be happy, but I'm not going to complain about it. You can't be doing that. You can't do it, and there's no excuse. So I hope that's clear. Nick Kidd, Formula GT. Chastain took the access road and got up to second and almost took out Reddick. Yeah, it's fucking ugh. And that's the other thing. You know, he gets away with a lot of bullshit. And a lot of people thought that was cute. Like, oh, look, he'll do anything to win. You know damn well that fucking access road is not meant to be taken as part of the race. But he just thought it makes NASCAR a laughing stock. It's moments like that it's to me, look, I'm more of a fan that appreciates professionalism and the sport. Other guys like this circus, WWE, over the top shit, you know? And I'm not one of those guys. Like, there is plenty of enjoyment to be had as in a sporting event. I don't need with a lot of shit, even before he got to Trackhouse, even in the trucks. The guy has a long history of driving like an asshole. JC 1424, I used to like Wallace. Now I just dislike him. He's such a man child, never grows up. Something immature comes out of his mouth every other week, and he does something reckless every year. That's fair. I can't argue with that. I understand why a lot of people don't like him. Um, I like him. And I, you know, if you think it's an excuse, that's fair. I really think there's something that he's battling. He doesn't I've seen a lot where there's something there. Like he has a problem controlling his emotions, and he does say a lot of shit that is a telltale sign of depression. Um and a lot of people that don't like him, they don't care. So they're going to look at that and say, you're just being a fucking man child. I can't argue against it. I get it. But I really do think there's something not right there. I hope he gets some help. I hope he gets somebody who can be a mentor that's actually around him every week. And it's just like constantly reinforcing certain things to get him to focus and not to be get so down when things don't go well. Really, I've never heard anybody come out and just say, you know, uh, I need to be replaced. Like, nobody says that. You know, I don't know. That's just my thought. But I totally get it. If you're not a fan, if you don't like them, you got your reasons. Diehard says, other than Noah and Logano, I like Bubba. ADT3. Oh, Austin Dillon. Ugh, I'm not a big fan of him, but he's surprising. Like, I do think he got that silver spoon treatment. But in all fairness, he's won a couple of big races and he doesn't embarrass himself. Like he does show up and have some good races. I'm not a fan, but Austin Dillon has won my respect, even though I don't really like the guy, but I can respect him. Bubba was running top 10 before that. Listen, man, Bubba, I the people that say he has no talent, they're full of shit. Like the guy has some talent. Again, I'm not saying he's a fucking championship caliber. I'm not comparing him to the top drivers, but don't tell me that the guy has shown speed and it's just he's a bit erratic. If he can tone down that whole, be more consistent, I'm just telling you, man, there's something there. And I think he can get it done. I appreciate your authenticity for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely opened my eyes on how I look at the sport. I appreciate that. Cool Cat 24, you definitely have made me consider things from different perspective. I appreciate that. You may not have the biggest platform, but I enjoy coming out to your streams. Thank you. That's it. That's all I can ask for. HHR Hunter, you deserve a larger audience than you do right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. The I know I mention it sometimes. I'm really kind of kidding around. Look, you can't always judge people based on the size of the audience. I look at it this way. Even though it's a small audience, I think the audience that is there, they are um, they actually care. Like they're not just clicking for stupid reasons. It's like they appreciate what I do, and I'm like, if I'd rather have a smaller audience that respects me and that isn't just a bunch of kids, like that's just here for whatever reason. So yeah, I really do appreciate that. Glad I didn't get the new Saints Row. The old me would buy anything if I wanted it. Yeah, that Saints Row is garbage. And good for you, man. I want to see people that just say, you know what? I'm not fucking buying it. Wait and see what a game is before you spend your money. And I tell people all the time, if you wait for a game and it took 2 3 years to come out, what difference does it make to wait 2 weeks? I'm telling you, 2 weeks after a game releases is more than enough time to see the community, to see the fucking the reviews, and get a good idea of what the game really is. And then after 2 weeks, if if the reviews are good, if the footage that you see looks good, right? Then you can run out and buy the game. What is an extra 2 weeks? But a lot of people pre-order and they run out as soon as the game comes out, and then they're just like sit there a couple days later saying, "This shit's a hunk of shit. I shouldn't have bought it." And that's why I tell people it's good practice as a consumer. Just give it 2 weeks. That's it. I won't steer you wrong if it's a game I play. And like I've told people, don't listen to me only. Don't just run with everything I tell you. Listen, take it in, use your own brain, and then get other people's perspective. And then you get a better idea. I don't even tell people just listen to me and do what I say. Um, don't ever just run with one fucking point of view. I've always said that. See, JC can't. Fucking thing scrolling too far again. Hold on a second. Man, this. I only scrolled a little bit with the mouse and the shit went all the way down. Hold on, let's see. Okay, I'm finding the spot again. Okay. JC 1424. I can't say the same for Gregson. He swept so much awful stuff under the rug, the kind of stuff that upsets me. He's on national television. I've seen a few things about Gregson that I don't like, and that's why I kind of don't like him. But like I said, I haven't really seen him. Like he's kind of been in the middle now, out of the spotlight. Let some time go by. Let's see what happens. Cool cat. Disco, you really should get a PCSX2 and do a career mode on Thunder 04. It really isn't that difficult to set up, I promise. Yeah, I've had people make that suggestion. Here's the thing. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I have a crazy work schedule. Even this live stream, I'm doing it from work, right? The little bit of time I have to game, I'm on either iRacing or I still play Red Dead Redemption 2 and Max Payne 3. I don't have time. So for me to go and get all that just to do a career mode on Thunder, it's like I don't have the time for it. It's just I don't. I appreciate it, um, but I don't have that kind of time on my hands. Like if I was retired by now, I probably might consider it. But thanks for suggesting it. But people have been telling me that for a long time. Diehard 8838. Another than Noah's father, he doesn't have any bad media. I don't know who Noah's father is. Cool Cat 24. I've been playing 05 Chase for the Cup on it lately, and I've been having a blast. Yeah, listen, man. That's when the games were good, man. I remember how much fun I had. It is a great fucking experience. PS2 NASCAR games with 60 frames is fantastic. I mean, who knows? Down the line, if I get more time on my hands, maybe. Diehard 8838. I ran a season on 05 this year, lost by 2 points. And you know what? I guarantee you had a great time because obviously it wasn't too easy, right? Even though you just lost by 2 points, it was probably a struggle. And that makes it good. Cool Cat says, for real, that LOL, that game is really difficult, but in a fun way. JC1424, can't buy a $3 game just to play online, Disco. All right, now come on, laugh my ass off. Yeah, if it's $3 just for online, I get it. I'm not doing it, but I get why you would. You spend way more on iRacing. Just saying. Listen, here's the thing, man. I really did spend a lot. I got a motion sim, triple screen, all that. So I want to get the best out of it. And like I said before, I don't have a lot of free time on my hands. So the little bit of time I do have, I want to just jump on iRacing so I can enjoy my motion simulator because I did invest a shitload of money. So I just don't have the time to do all the other stuff. And if I tried to squeeze more time for that, my wife would be livid because I got to spend some time on the wife. I can't just, I'm not a kid. I'm about to turn 53 in April. So I'm no spring chicken. I have to be careful how I spend my time. So it is what it is. Jonathan Johnson. I remember that most people thought that Heat 4 was going to have 2020 DLC, but then Monster Games announced would not happen because Motorsport Games bought it. Yep. Looks like something happening again, but it's Motorsport Games thinking about it like 90% possibility. Motorsport Games and iRacing are making the new NASCAR game. Oh, Monster Games. Sorry. Uh, I don't know. I got to look at what all the. There's more shit coming out from Mike Straw later. I'm going to do videos covering it. I promise. I'm keeping an eye out on it. I don't know what else is going on. Diehard says he's in his head too much. He truly wants to succeed. Yeah, listen, man. Um, the Bubba comments, the behavior. I'm telling you. Look, I have. I feel like I have a good grasp of reading people. Like I can meet somebody, talk to them for a couple of minutes, and I just really feel like I have a good gauge on what kind of people they are, right? I can read people. This is why certain people they rub me the wrong way right off the bat, and other people I like, right? It doesn't take long for me. And certain drivers I just don't like. It doesn't take a lot. And Bubba, I really honestly think there is some issues there that he's struggling with. I mean, these drivers all have, we all have issues in life that people don't know about. Honestly feel like he is he has a hard time when it comes to his emotions and controlling it. And I will also say that if he doesn't successfully find a way to kind of control it or do a better job controlling it, it's going to be a problem for him. So that's legit. But people that I don't agree with people that think it's all a fucking show because he is, I think he should stay off social media because social media is not good. If you're a person that can't control your emotions, then following social media and seeing all the negative shit that, let me tell you something. Go on Twitter and anything with Bubba Wallace's name, you want to talk about some of a cesspool of negativity and real uh, ugly fucking rhetoric. Go to anything with Bubba Wallace's name, and the worst side of people comes out. So imagine you are Bubba Wallace and you have, a hard time dealing with controlling your emotions. Social media is, I would, that would be my suggestion, right? If I was a friend or a family member, I would tell him, stay off social media. Focus all your time on your wife, your friends and family, and your profession. Going to the racetrack, putting the work in, focus on that. Because I think this shit he carries, it's a big chip on his shoulder, and a lot of it is stemming from the public. Okay? And that would be my advice to him. But I honestly think that it's real. You see his interviews, they're not normal. Like there's something there. And you always have this feeling like he's going to say something that's fucking bonkers. And that was kind of bonkers. Like, I'm not going to say it was the worst thing, but to come out and say that, like, they need to get a new driver, it's like, why are you putting that out there? But he can't, he puts it out there because that's just the fucking thought that came out of his head. So, you know, that's my thought on that. Bubba struggles with depression and anxiety. Not a fan, but he was pleasant to me when I met him at Bristol. Yeah, and we saw he had a fucking tantrum when remember that when they were all racing on iRacing during the pandemic, and then he just fucking quit and unplugged the fucking thing. He wasn't thinking about how it looks for sponsors or the fan. You knew everybody was going to attack him. The people that don't like you are going to attack you no matter what you do. But yeah, it probably wasn't cool to unplug and quit. But then again, I've been on iRacing. I know what it's like. It's frustrating. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. If you don't like them, you're not going to like them ever. I don't know what to say. Dale Sr. did what it took, the best ever. Noah, yeah. Let's see. Definitely agree, like Noah as a person. Andrew Wright. I just saw Radman's latest video. It seems like he's fed up with motorsport games. If the latest video you're talking about is the one where he's upset because of the delays of the game and how when the, and he's talking about how he's kind of begging motorsport games to let other people make games, then that's a joke. Like that's an embarrassing video, and it really just shows he's either doesn't understand the gaming industry or the business, or doesn't understand the whole idea behind motorsport games buying all these licenses to begin with. They're not going to turn around and let other people make games. That's the whole point of holding these licenses hostage. Letting other people make the games is, you might as well put the final nail in the coffin yourself. So the frustration, okay, but that's your solution, to beg them to do. Then it's, now if he made another video after that, then I don't know what video that is. But it took him a year and a half, with people even accusing him of being a shill and fucking taking money from motorsport games. Too late. I guess I should be fair. Better late than never. Whatever. But I'm really, I don't think, I just don't care. All right, John Public, welcome to the stream. Just got in. I'm way behind. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Um, I'm sorry, but it is getting late. I think I'm going to shut it down in about 10 minutes. I'm going to try to read more. I may not get to every comment, and I'm really sorry about that, but it is getting late. This stream has run a long time. But thanks for coming in late anyway. Let's see. Die Hard, Jamie was my favorite. Under God, my favorite driver, Junior, growing up. Dealt with with tons of pain. I was never a Junior guy when he was racing, but I love Junior, his podcast. I love him in the booth, him and Jeb Burton. I think they're great together. I know they sound a lot alike, but there's something cool about that. I don't care. But yeah, I like Junior a lot. I like his opinions, his thoughts on the sport. Um, I'm a Junior fan, like off the track. Like I just wasn't a Junior guy on the track. And I think a big reason was because he was like the most popular driver. And I don't know, that's it. I have a tendency to, that kind of stuff kind of pushes me away. It's nothing about him personally because he is a cool person. But I am a big Junior fan in the booth, his podcast, everything. You know, he's a really cool guy. I mean, you could tell. How was it seeing Jamie when the 500? Oh, when he won? Oh my God, I lost my voice screaming. What, in 2010 when he fucking won? That's a long time ago. But I remember watching it, and I lost my voice screaming. And I saw it. I was in my bedroom watching the race, and and I was excited. But like I said, I don't like plate racing. But you know, uh, I was excited about that win. It was a great moment. Um, he didn't win a lot of races, but he won big races, like a lot of crown jewel races. NASCAR Kid Formula GT. It was Indy Road Course. Yep. Creed is one of my favorites. Yeah, man, he got fucking hosed. These cup drivers don't belong in these lower series. Hype brother out of nowhere. Well, welcome to the stream. It's fine to go in the lower series, but don't wreck them. No, I'm sorry. They have no business. Imagine Major League Baseball players, like on their off days, going down to AAA baseball, and then, like, oh look, I got a couple of home runs off some fucking AAA pitcher. Once you move up, you're a big leaguer. You're a cup driver. Stay in cup. The lower series is for the lower series drivers. When these cup guys go down there, they're stealing the spotlight. And another thing is, none of these cup drivers ever go down into a shitty car. They always go and they're in the best equipment. Otherwise, why would they go? You want to impress me? Then go drive one of these fucking back marker fucking team trucks and cars. They don't belong in the lower series. Keep these series separate. Let them have their own personality. There's some really good drivers in these lower series, and then you got these fucking cup drivers come in, and then they become the story. So I'm sorry to disagree with you, but they don't belong in these lower series. John Public, Cup guys should run black flag exhibition for them. I don't want them in the lower series. He could have passed them clean, but his excuse Byron was coming. Well, I don't care, man. You're messing with people that are running for points and a championship. These guys they don't want second place. It means nothing to them. And if they wreck a guy, what do they care? It's not like they're gonna race these guys every other week. They're gone. They're back in Cup next week. They don't care. Suarez will be fine and lose points. Look, losing points is a pretty big deal. But whatever happens, he did it to himself. What I want is for them to just learn their lesson. Don't do it again. It's unacceptable no matter who does it. And I get it. He had every right to be upset. And the truth is, when you get wrecked like that in these fucking funnel with every fucking body, it's tough to know who's to blame. So at first, he got mad at Bowman. Then Bowman got run into by Chastain. But Chastain, from what I seen, went back. Who got into him? Was it Briscoe? So it's like, that's why I said every single car that dove to the bottom they were up against the wall, the inside wall. Where the fuck are you going? And it was like Logano at that Indy Road course last year, where he went all the way almost in the pit area. And then everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he slams into the fucking funnel and took out a bunch of cars. So it's like, even the most experienced drivers are going to try this shit at the end of these races because they're desperate. And these tracks are not made for cup cars. I'm sorry. They're not made for stock cars. Diehard says the Logano fan, since he sent Truex, found the driver after Junior retired. Noah, I've been a fan since first Xfinity, so it's different. John Public says, what did Suarez do? I must have missed it. Well, after the race, he was angry because he got punted. He ran top 5 the entire race. And of course, with these repetitive fucking restarts at the end, the inevitable happened and he got fucking punted out by Chastain, by Bowman, who was punted by Chastain, who was punted by fucking. It was a clusterfuck. And the guy who got the short end of the stick was Suarez. Top 5 all day, deserved a top 5 finish, ended up all the way in the back. And so, of course, he's upset. And after the race was over, he followed Chastain into the pits, hit him in the bumper, then he went around him, and then he hit Bowman twice in the bumper. In the pit area, which is a no-no. In fact, it should be a no-no on the track as well. You don't use the car as a weapon. Period. So doing that is a no-no. It's against the rules. And everybody is expecting penalties to drop. I expect penalties to drop. NASCAR has to enforce the rules. I agree. And Suarez is my guy. But whatever happens, keep your mouth shut. Trackhouse, everybody, take the penalty. Don't appeal it. Just take it, move forward, and don't do it again. That's what happened. And it sucks. And I'm upset that he's in that position, but he did it to himself. JC says, gotta love how Sheldon Creed needs that win right now to get his playoff spot and playoff points. And just like usual, cup drivers come along for no reason other than excess gluttony. They get the best rides. You think these cup drivers are interested if they get some shitty ass fucking low tier team who says, hey, why don't you come drive my car? They're not going to do that. They only come because they're getting the best fucking rides. They want an automatic opportunity to win. Second place is nothing to them. Don't allow it at all. I don't know how Chastain get away with his drinking style, but Logano do it. It's a problem. Yeah, look, the fan base is fucking for the birds. Fans, sports fans in general, that's the way they are. This guy does something, hang him. This guy does it. Oh no, he didn't do anything wrong. That's sports. I try to be fair. Suarez is my guy. I was just as angry watching him get punted. He deserved a top five finish, but no excuse. You can't do what he did. So that's as fair as I can be. Let's see. Ross was insane in the trucks in the hall. Mellon gave him all his fans. NASCAR is thinks full for that. Yeah, he's been doing this a long time. He didn't just start driving like this now. He's not very popular in the garage. No, nobody likes him. People take shots at him all the time. Kyle Busch, they were talking to him in the pits after the race. He was it had nothing to do with what happened at the end of the race. And then Chastain walks by to sign an autograph, and he looks over. He notices Chastain is there, and he fucking said something. It's like, yeah, like this, I don't remember what he said, but nobody likes him except his fans, right? Who are going to make excuses for him. And I think his head is swollen. Like he's feeling himself after everyone fucking praised him for Martinsville and that wall ride. Oh my God, this guy's amazing. Blah blah. That shit. If you're not careful, it gives you a swelled head, and you start believing that you walk on water. And I think you're starting to see that he's getting more and more arrogant. So after what he does and his attitude after the race when they interview him is like, oh look, we're providing excitement for the fans. That's your instead of being like, you know what, that wasn't the best move, but we were desperate. NASCAR drivers usually make excuses. Not him. He's like, oh, we're providing entertainment. He doesn't see anything wrong with it. And then his fans are saying, oh, look at Suarez, how he passed him. What? He gave him a fucking rubbing his racing move, a tap to his bumper, moved him a little bit, bump and run. That was honest to goodness racing. Okay, hold on a second. Let me switch this real quick. Oh my God, we're going to have a problem. The battery, okay, we're back. I didn't lose this is how I lost my live stream before. The battery on my laptop was starting to die, but my phone is charged. I got enough to finish the stream. I caught it this time. Okay, so back. All right, let's see. Brian Burley II says issues. He's a poor decision maker and has a pit crew chief that puts him in ridiculous positions. I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I hope you're not talking about Chastain. Chastain drives like an idiot no matter where he is. And another thing, he was all the way in the back. When he got caught in that wreck, he wouldn't move. He didn't refire the car until the caution came out. Then he magically refired the car. And nobody's talking about that. He caused one of those great late cautions. He was in the back. How do you get from the back and end up fourth in just two or three cautions? You don't do that driving clean. I tell you that much. I know he's got talent, but all right, guys, look. I can't. There's too many comments left. I gotta sign off. I do have some responsibilities here. I got things to do. Thank you all for coming to the live stream. I appreciate everybody showing up, giving me your comments. I'm sorry I just couldn't get to every comment. And yeah, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on any news Mike Straw has concerning motorsport games, the things happening. I will keep you updated. I will make videos on those things as they happen. Thank you for coming. I'm going to sign off. I hope everybody has a good night. Thanks again for showing up, and I hope to see you guys again in the future. And yeah, so have a good night, guys. Thank you for coming. Later.